Rogers Communications says it has signed a deal to buy the remaining 25% stake in Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment that it does not already own. The transaction is subject to league approval. If it does go through, this will have big implications for Canada's sports, entertainment, and broadcast landscape. CBC business reporter Angie Seth has been looking into this. So, Angie, can you tell us more about this deal?
As you pointed out, Andrew, it is a massive deal. And essentially, that 100% ownership of MLSE means that Rogers essentially will own one of the biggest sports empires in the world. That will include the Toronto Maple Leafs as well as the Raptors. A statement here coming from Tony Staffieri, the president and CEO of Rogers, saying in part that it's a defining moment for Rogers. The full ownership of MLSE will bring together Canada's premier communications company with Canada's premier sports and entertainment organization. This will allow Rogers as well to merge their other sports assets with MLSE, which will include the Toronto Blue Jays, the Rogers Centre, of course, here in Toronto, as well as the broadcast network Sportsnet. Rogers also has a number of strategic partnerships with a few of the sports teams, the hockey teams there, as in addition to the NHL, the NBA, the MLB, as well as Live Nation. Take a listen further to the sports marketing analyst on what this deal means.
They've really been the big player, and they've demonstrated an ability to manage that really well for a long period of time. So there's always healthy skepticism when you have one big corporation, and I think some people will be concerned that it's a monopoly, but that's how successful sports has done that in a lot of other cities.
Now, if you recall, MLSE was partly owned by Bell and Kilmer Sports. That was more than a year ago. Then this, of course, transaction. Rogers acquired Bell's 37.5% ownership of MLSE. That was another multi-billion-dollar deal. A letter from Larry Tannenbaum. This is the chairman and CEO of Kilmer Group. This was a letter to the fans, basically saying that he's extremely proud of the legacy and the excellence, this culture of winning, everything that's been around MLSE, sort of taking a seat back, if you will, saying that I look forward to joining you as a lifelong fan. See you at the games. However, is this it for Tannenbaum? Well, in a conversation with former MLSE CEO Richard Peedy, this is with CBC, Andrew, saying that this is a great deal for Tannenbaum, as well as we notice that Tannenbaum and Kilmer Group have a very vested interest in women's sports. So we'll see if there's any movement there. In the meantime, as you pointed out, the transaction is subject to league approvals. That's expected to happen by the end of the year, and Rogers will be selling off a minority stake of the consolidated Rogers sports, media, and entertainment assets over the course of next year. So as you point out, a massive deal. It's going to be huge, of course, for sports here in this country.
Angie, thank you. CBC business reporter Angie Seth.